Hey guys, welcome back to Insight Tennis. Today we want to do a little drill here on the wall to illustrate. You've probably seen some of my videos talking about having soft hands on the racket. This is something that I advocate. I think it's very important at the club level and the recreational levels. Most people hold the racket far too tight and they're losing power by doing that. If you watch Nadal, if you watch Federer, if you watch, specifically those two, they're so loose and so fluid and so relaxed. And that's one of the reasons why the racket, when Federer takes his racket back and he lowers it into position here, you see that racket just naturally just release back into this laid back position as he comes back to contact, right, and out through the ball to finish. What you're going to see, the reason why that happens is because his hand is very soft on the racket, grip, arm is loose, wrist is loose, and this should happen as a product of the momentum of the swing. It should just happen naturally. It should release back naturally when it's done properly, in my opinion. Now, again, one of the ways to achieve this, one of the ways to feel what I'm talking about is a great drill is to just hit balls on the wall with 3 fingers and a thumb. So if you notice that I'm barely even holding onto that racket, I can't hold onto that racket very tightly with 3 fingers and a thumb. Okay, but it illustrates how loosely you really should be holding the racket. Now you will squeeze just enough to maintain racket control as a product of impact. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that. I don't want you to think about locking down or squeezing at contact. Don't lose the racket out of your hand, obviously, but I want you to get a feel for this. And so this is one of the things that I want you to do. This is just a drill that you can do. Just go get on a wall, and I'm going to go ahead and hold this with 3 fingers and a thumb, and you're going to see that you can hit it very offensively with just 3 fingers and a thumb. You notice I'm not swinging hard at the ball, okay, but there's some pretty good power on that ball just with 3 fingers and a thumb. Now, if I want to hit the ball harder, all I have to do is just increase torso and trunk rotation and speed the racket head up at contact. Release my racket head a little bit more, but I want you guys to try this very, very simply. Just 3 fingers and a thumb, and you can just sit here all day long and get the feel of what that feels like. Okay? Very simple. And notice I'm not swinging hard at it at all. Nice and relaxed. Allows my racket to come back. Now I can finish all the way through. Again, very, very simple. Allow the racket to release back through the ball. Now, lest you guys think there's no power here, I can increase the power just by increasing racket head speed and torso and trunk rotation. Again, that's still just 3 fingers and the thumb, that last shot that you saw there. All the power you could ever want or need. So what this drill should teach you is you're holding the racket too tight. Most people hold the racket too tight. If you will relax your hand and your grip on that racket, you're going to find that you have instantly more power. Now, you do have to control your racket head through contact, obviously, but you're going to get a feel for allowing that to happen naturally. And in the next video that we do, we're going to talk about allowing the racket to release back through the ball as a product of the momentum of the swing, okay? The centrifugal force catches up at some point. I don't want you thinking about trying to make that happen. It should be allowed to happen as you get a nice, beautiful torso and trunk rotation and that racket catches up last second. That's when you're really going to start catching that ball clean and popping the ball like you hear the pros do. So go out and try this. Again, this is something where you want to make sure that you're just holding it with 3 fingers and a thumb. and nice and relaxed to get the feel of the racket and what it's doing and how it releases back through the ball. It's going to be something that will be very helpful for you. If you like this video, click the link below and subscribe to the channel. Visit our website at insighttennis.com. Leave any comments or questions below as well, and share the video. As always, thank you so much for your time, guys. We'll see you next time out on the court.